to the 3rd. They made a trade to do that. And Josh Allen is now weighing in on his thoughts about the Jets move, and it's likely he could wind up there.
Yeah, I mean, if they find the guy that they fall in love with, I think that's, a team's job to go get him. If they feel like that's the future of their program, I think what they did, they only traded, 3 second-round picks for it. To keep their first-round pick next year was pretty big. So sometimes it takes another first-round pick. Luckily for them, they didn't have to do that. So I think they still got some good quality there.
Do you think they have a specific guy in mind?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think it's Josh Rosen or Josh Allen. Okay. I think if you're in a northern, I've talked about, this is the windiest stadium in the NFL. Listen, the thing about Josh Allen, he's the biggest of all of them, and he's got the best arm by far of all of them. And this is a little bit, before you get drafted, Christine, it's a little bit of a beauty pageant. You go to the combine, how far can you throw, how big, how strong. I mean, in
the interview questions.
Yeah, I mean, like the beauty pageant thing, he's really impressive. So
he is.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield, though, not so much?
I don't think in the beauty part he is. I think he's the lowest because Lamar Jackson can fly, Darnold's big, Rosen throws a better ball, Allen's huge. Now, I think game footage, bravado, Baker Mayfield's through the roof. But in the beauty pageant part, he's the shortest, smallest hands, doesn't have a howitzer arm.
Wears a bandana, which you don't like.
I'm not into that stuff. So I think in the beauty pageant part, it hurts Baker and really elevates Josh Allen.
Richard Sherman's been criticized quite a bit for going to the 49ers and negotiating his own contract, serving as his own agent, but now he is defending himself, and we have a clip of it.
Well, the biggest misconception is that it's a bad deal. I think, if you're comparing it to my last deal in Seattle, I had no money guaranteed. So if I'm basing it off just going off my last year in Seattle and you compared it, I got no money guaranteed. I'm going into Seattle. I'm coming off a ruptured Achilles. What do I have? What security do I have there?
Was it Will Blackman on the show yesterday who made the point that this guy doesn't need money? He just kind of wanted to stick it to the Seahawks?
Yeah, I mean...
I get that.
No, I do. Listen, my only problem with Richard is that it's hard to be great at one thing in the world, and he was. It's almost impossible, ask Michael Jordan, to be great at 2 things. So
sure.
To say, I'm going to negotiate my contract against a world-class Silicon Valley capologist and be a great corner, I think that's a little bit of ego. But, Richard knows what Richard wants. And if money wasn't the driver and vengeance was, this is the place to go.
Yeah, it's either, I don't know if it was maybe ego or that he doesn't trust right now. Maybe he's like, I don't even want an agent. I can't trust it. Money doesn't matter that much. I'm going to do this myself. I just want to get it over with.
Well, people in our business, you and I have an agent, but people in our business often dump agents.
Yes.
And when they dump agents, it's not because they think agents are dumb. They don't trust them.
Exactly.
Generally, people, and you and I have to because of our business. We don't want to sound like we're too bougie here.
No, you just have to have one.
Yeah, otherwise we get destroyed.
It's not fun to negotiate your own work.
Right, with your boss telling you you're no good.
Yeah.
So you and I have agents. We've had agents. But generally in our business, the people I know who have dumped them, it is a trust issue. It's not an incompetence issue.
Right.
So
well,
I think Richard may be in this, why am I giving you money? I'm in California. I'm paying 13% on my payroll anyway.
Yeah, and he doesn't really care about the money. I think it was more to spite Seahawks. And finally, there's new rules being proposed for the NFL, and one of them is that they're trying to limit the number of early games that teams in the Pacific time zone can play. So teams that are in the West Coast, when they go to the East Coast, they don't want any games that start before 1 o'clock.
Thank you.
That would be
it's a disadvantage.
10 o'clock game for them on their time, which I completely understand. It makes it difficult to schedule TV-wise, but it does make sense to limit those number of games. So you're for that?
Yeah, through the years, actually, Christine, I think there's a number. Like Seattle and Arizona and San Francisco have historically been lousy in those 1 o'clock Eastern time zone games. So, yeah, I mean, you're playing at 10 in the morning. So this is one of these analytics. You could have looked this up the last 20 years. There's actual evidence that a early game for a West Coast team, especially if a West Coast team played a Monday night game or a Sunday night game, they're getting a day less of practice in jet lag.
Exactly. So I think the limit that they're proposing is that no more than 3 away games before 1 o'clock would be allowed, which I think is more than fair.
Yep, so do I. Christine with the news.
Well, that's the news.